And are you refreshed? Actually, you're quite full of yourselves. That is a good thing.
Good morning.
He's going to push your button. There you are.
Good morning.
It is.
This happened on the way to here this morning. I was walking, I was almost here, and I realized I had my flip-flops on. And I remembered how cold it is. So I said, damn, as in damn ships. But, and then I realized I've been doing that for so long, but it's usually an indication of something that gives me time to change. So it's actually a good thing. I think it's my inner being, like, reminding me you should probably put your boots on. So what is that all about? I notice I'm doing that all the time. I curse, but then I realize it was actually a good indication of something.
Well, we like the direction you're going with this because it speaks to what the theme of this gathering has been in all the days that we have been together so far, and that is that how can you know what you do want without knowing what you don't want? They are part of the same progressive experience. And so we agree with you. We think it's a good thing to stop beating up on yourself about momentarily not being where you think you should be, leaving the personal judgment aside, and just take the direction of the guidance and feel only appreciation for it. Another way of saying it is, it's like feeling satisfied with where I am and eager for more. That's that being in the center of that vortex, satisfied, eager, satisfied, eager, satisfied, eager, that we were talking about. It's interesting how when you focus upon anything, you get more of it. In other words, you had that question in your mind as you decided to come up and tripped as if you had flip-flops on. So really what it's about is nothing wrong with being where you are, wherever it is. That's really the thing. And we like that you said damn as in another damn ship. That's good, because you're already making the effort to soften your personal attack on self. That's good. Clear enough?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Something more?
Hello, Abraham. It's so good to be here. It's such a pleasure to share with you in such a physical way, so to say. And I was thinking, because I don't know if I heard it or if I read it, but it's an example of Esther and Jerry. And Esther was like fixing her attention on this windshield glue that can be for fixing the windshield. And I don't remember if she bought it or if she had it or something, but thing is that
in preparation, someone, a dear friend, brought her a windshield repair kit. And within half an hour, a rock hit the windshield on the bus, and she needed it. And the reason that we talked about it was Esther was captivated by the windshield repair kit. She read it. She felt enthusiasm for it. She wondered how it worked. She looked forward to an opportunity to apply it. And 30 minutes later, a rock hit the windshield, and they are standing on a ladder laughing as they're fixing the windshield. Sort of makes you wonder whether you really want to get that prepared for things.
But my question, my doubt is, like, what comes first, the egg or the chicken, you know? Because the other day I was telling my daughters that they shouldn't have put something in the computer, because if it breaks, I wouldn't be, you know, I would be ashamed to take it to a technology people, you know, because they can see the pictures. And after a while, the computer broke. So I'm not sure if my fixing on you know, what is it? Did I cause it, or was it going to happen? I'm not sure.
Well, this is not a very satisfying answer, but in most cases it's some of all of that. Jerry and Esther ask this question often. Esther will sense something, and then when it happens, Jerry will accuse her of creating it. And she will say, I didn't create it, I saw it coming, and you should have helped me head it off. And what we want to say is that rather than thinking in terms of creating things, which is a word we use, but let's change the word just a little bit, and let's say instead of creation, let's call it rendezvousing. Because law of attraction causes rendezvousing. Law of attraction brings things that are likened to themselves together. So it's logical that, let's say you've got a vibration going on and you don't know you've got the vibration going on. You've been observing something. In Esther's case, they had several rocks hit their vehicles over the years, always in Arizona. And so she has this sort of tippy-toeing feeling of moving through Arizona. And Jerry has been a partner in crime, so to speak, on this, because in Arizona, he rarely is involved in Esther's driving. She does the majority of the driving, and Jerry's usually happily doing something else, not paying much attention at all to Esther's driving. He knows she's got it. She's got navigational devices now, and he just keeps himself busy, and Esther just gets them to where they're going. And so, but in Arizona, Jerry will find himself coming forward and reminding Esther she might want to leave a little more distance between her and the truck that's in front. In other words, so they're both sort of in on that. So they have this vibration going on where there is an awareness of that. And that vibration going on is putting things into vibrational escrow. And so now, because that vibration is active within them and continues to be, because this last trip through Arizona was the first time ever that something didn't hit their bus. So Esther said, oh good, the evil spell has lifted, in which time it came right back. But, just kidding. So Esther has this vibration going on, and so does Jerry, relative to that, even more than Esther. And so they've got this vibration going on, and that vibration is what caused their friend to give them the repair kit. So that was part of the rendezvousing. The vibration was there, and so that is part of the repair kit was drawn into that vortex. In other words, there's this vortex and there's this vortex. In other words, law of attraction is responding to whatever vibrations are active, you see. So the vibration was active, the repair kit was drawn to it, and it's interesting how each thing that is added to the vortex makes the vortex spin faster or be more powerful. And so now the fact that the repair kit came, now it's spinning faster, and now Esther's interest, Esther rarely reads the instructions on anything, but she read the instructions on that repair kit. She read them out loud to Jerry. They both talked about how interesting that was, because they have had their windshield repaired. Sometimes they've waited as much as an hour for someone to come from somewhere and stand on a ladder and repair their windshield out in the middle of somewhere and blow it with a hairdryer and then tell them they can't drive for an hour or two until it's really set. In other words, having someone else repair your window is a rather lot of trouble, and repairing your own must certainly be better because you're always with you wherever you go. And so they're having this conversation, and so now it's swirling more and more, and we say, how would it be possible, given that vibration, for anyone else in the desert to have rendezvoused with that flying rock? It was just meant to be in terms of law of attraction, you see. So nothing ever comes to you. First, we want to say to you that nothing ever comes to you because you've just thought it for the first time right now. So that helps you know that things have been in the process of coming, and one of the things that comes to the rendezvous point may be your awareness that something is coming. And so then what you do next, that's the most crucial part of this question, isn't it? What do I do when I get an impulse to do something to stave off some sort of problem? And we say, get off of the problem as quickly as you can and move to the essence of what the solution feels like. Because when you do that, you can get to solutions of problems so quickly that the solution will supersede the problem and the problem will never occur. And that's really the value of the guidance like that. When you have a sensation of something coming, one of the things that makes Esther the most honoriest of all things is that she senses something coming, verbalizes it to Jerry, they don't do anything about it, and then it comes. It's sort of like defying your very own guidance system. And then usually she blames Jerry because she thinks that having told him about it, he should have done something differently. But what we want you to realize, when you feel something coming and you find the vibrational feeling place of the solution that you are seeking, and you make that your dominant vibration, and you have a choice on every subject of the world of which end of the stick you make your dominant vibration. And what manifests is the indicator of which end of the stick you are more often vibrating on.
Well, I think that the issue is that I fearing. I fear the sensation of fearing that I am causing what I don't.
Well, we know we in the beginning, as we told you that you are a deliberate creator, many of our physical friends started to be afraid of their thought. They'd suck them back in, cancel before the law of attraction gets hold of that thought. And so instead of calling it the science of deliberate creation, which made you all too aware of your thoughts, we began calling it the art of allowing. The art of allowing softens that. The art of choosing thoughts that allow the well-being that I'm seeking, you see. We don't want you to fear your fear. We want you to embrace your fear. We want you to appreciate your fear guidance in the same way that you appreciate the tenderness in your fingertips that keep you from cutting or burning your fingers when you're sensitive to the sharp or hot objects. It's the same thing. When you feel negative emotion, stop and say, this is a good thing. This is an indicator. This is an indicator that I am leaning heavily in the direction of what I don't want. What is it that I do want? And as you make that simple pivot again and again and again on every subject in the world, you will find yourself more of a vibrational match to what you want. Jerry and Esther look at their life and they can feel the bigness of their life, and in far away the majority of it, they are in vibrational alignment with things that they do want. And it's really a wonderful thing when something that they don't want, some innocuous, unimportant thing, shows itself to them to keep them sharp in their focusing. In other words, you mean to be sharp in your focusing. And when you start getting sloppy, the indicators start showing that you're getting sloppy. It's nice to have those indicators. It's sort of like the bumps on the side of most roads. Esther finds them helpful because sometimes she drifts a little. And it's nice to know you're drifting before you're in the ditch.
Yes, it is.